Have you ever been caught in a web of manipulation, feeling drained yet unable to escape the grip of someone who seems to have everything under control? Perhaps you've tried to be kind, to offer your best intentions in a relationship, only to have it turn into a source of emotional turmoil. Why does kindness sometimes backfire when dealing with narcissists? Why does offering empathy, patience, and care seem to give them more power rather than soften their behavior? This is a question many people ask, as they find themselves stuck in toxic relationships where their good intentions only lead to more pain. In this video, we will delve deep into the dynamics of narcissism, uncovering the tactics used by narcissists to maintain control, and explain why showing kindness can sometimes enable their power play rather than dismantle it. We will start by exploring the psychology of narcissism. Narcissists are often highly skilled in creating a false image of themselves, one that makes them appear self-confident, charming, and deserving of admiration. However, beneath this mask lies a fragile sense of self-worth that relies heavily on the admiration and validation of others. A narcissist's need for external validation is insatiable. When they receive praise or attention, they feel powerful and in control. When they do not, their fragile self-esteem crumbles, leading them to use manipulative tactics to restore their sense of superiority. This need for control and admiration makes them experts at turning any form of kindness into a tool to further their agenda. So, why does kindness backfire when interacting with narcissists? The first reason lies in their fundamental belief that they are superior to others. Narcissists have an inflated sense of entitlement and believe that they deserve special treatment. When you extend kindness to them, they may interpret it as weakness or an invitation to take advantage of your empathy. Your kindness becomes a means to feed their ego and perpetuate their sense of control. They may not respond with gratitude or understanding, but instead see it as a tool to maintain their position of dominance. Moreover, narcissists are adept at using kindness to manipulate the dynamics of a relationship. They may play on your emotions, guilt you into giving more, or convince you that they are the ones who deserve your attention. When you offer kindness in these situations, you inadvertently reinforce their control. This dynamic is particularly dangerous because it creates an unhealthy cycle in which the narcissist continually takes without giving, and you, the kind-hearted individual, keep pouring energy into someone who is not emotionally invested in you. Another reason why kindness backfires with narcissists is because of their tendency to lack empathy. Narcissists have difficulty understanding or caring about the emotions and needs of others, unless those emotions serve their own needs. When you offer kindness, the narcissist may see it not as a genuine gesture, but as an opportunity to extract something from you. Whether it's your time, resources, or emotional energy, your kindness becomes a transaction. The more you give, the more they take, and the less likely it is that they will ever recognize your efforts as sincere or worthy of appreciation. This can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration on your part, as you realize that no matter how kind you are, it is never enough to satisfy their insatiable need for attention. Narcissists also thrive on creating power imbalances in relationships. They often do so by subtly manipulating those around them into feeling inferior or dependent. This is where kindness can be particularly dangerous. When you offer your kindness, you may unknowingly reinforce the power imbalance, making the narcissist feel more important and in control. You may start to believe that you are responsible for their happiness or well-being, further giving them leverage over you. This can lead to a toxic dynamic in which your sense of self-worth becomes tied to their approval, while they remain indifferent to your emotional needs. One of the most painful aspects of dealing with narcissists is their tendency to discard people once they've outlived their usefulness. Narcissists are quick to devalue others once they no longer serve their needs. When you show kindness, you may think you are building a deeper connection, but in reality, you are simply being used. The narcissist may shower you with attention and affection when they need something from you, only to withdraw once they've gotten what they want. This leaves you feeling confused and hurt, as your kindness is met with indifference or even cruelty. The cycle of idealization and devaluation is a hallmark of narcissistic relationships. In the beginning, they may shower you with affection, admiration, and kindness, making you feel special and valued. But once they've established control, they will start to devalue you, criticizing you and making you feel unworthy. This is where kindness becomes a double-edged sword. When you try to show kindness in response to their devaluation, you may inadvertently reinforce the cycle, trying harder to please them and win back their approval. But no matter how hard you try, it will never be enough for the narcissist because their need for validation is infinite. It is important to understand that narcissists are not capable of genuine emotional connection. Their relationships are transactional, based on what they can get from others rather than what they can give. This means that kindness, while a powerful force in healthy relationships, becomes a vulnerability when dealing with narcissists. The more you give, the more they take, and the more they demand. Your kindness becomes a tool for their manipulation, rather than a genuine exchange of love or care. Recognizing the signs of narcissism is crucial in protecting yourself from falling into toxic patterns. Narcissists often use manipulation tactics to gain control over others, and once you understand these dynamics, you can better defend yourself. Being aware of how they operate allows you to identify when you're being manipulated and enables you to set boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. One of the most important things to realize is that kindness should never be used as a means to gain approval or try to fix someone else's issues. True kindness comes from a place of empathy and self-respect. It's about caring for others without expecting anything in return. When dealing with a narcissist, it's essential to remember that you should never compromise your own values or happiness to please someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart. The key to handling narcissists is not to stop being kind altogether, but rather to be kind to yourself first. In any relationship, especially one with a narcissist, it's critical to prioritize your own emotional well-being. Setting clear boundaries and standing firm against manipulation can break the toxic cycle that often traps individuals in narcissistic relationships. You must recognize that no matter how kind or caring you are, a narcissist will continue seeking power and validation. They will always be looking for ways to feed their ego. Unfortunately, your kindness will never be enough to change them or fill the emptiness they feel. It's important not to waste energy trying to fix them or make them feel differently. Instead of focusing on changing the narcissist, the focus should be on healing and strengthening your relationship with yourself. When you start to recognize your own worth, you'll be less likely to tolerate behavior that drains you. Self-care and self-awareness will allow you to protect your energy and avoid falling victim to narcissistic manipulation. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that the insights shared will help you build healthier relationships and strengthen your self-awareness. Remember, kindness should never come at the cost of your own peace. Take care of yourself, and always prioritize your own well-being above all. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.